Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. Leading them out, the third-year player from Oklahoma by way of Alabama, Jalen Hurts.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The numbers last week for Mitchell. 17 carries, 67 yards.
I have to say, partner, their coaches didn't do a very good job of hiding their thoughts this week when they spoke with us, did they? They told us exactly this. We've been good on the ground, but sitting 8th in the league, we know we can kick it up a notch and push for the top 5. So there's no doubt in my mind, we'll see them try to establish that ground game early and try and pick up an early lead.
A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards. Pretty good yards after the catch there on that crossing route. Is a crossing route good for a quarterback because the receiver's coming across his line of vision?
They love those kind of throws. And how many times have you seen any of what we call an in-breaking route? Quarterback really turns it loose, doesn't he? Has a lot more confidence because he can see the play right in front of him.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
Partner's been my experience that after 2 stops like that near the goal line, defense has only become bolder. They don't back off at all. I think they continue to bring pressure and force them to make a really big play against them.
And the incompletion, then the run for no gain. Let's see now. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Sanders is good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
They have one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
So out comes the Washington offense as they get their first shot. They'll be led out by a man in his 23rd NFL season. Still doing it at age 45, Tom Brady.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Fred Warner, first-time All-Pro in 2020, in on the stop defensively. From just shy of midfield, Brady. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Brady will try again on second down. Flushed out right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Tom Brady flashing the mobility, scrambling there for a first down. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And this is caught at the 8. And the Commanders are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Gordon. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Khalil Mack. And the Packers are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. But the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line. Back to throw now in his own end zone. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. A give running right is Mitchell. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. On first down, they go back to Mitchell. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jackrabbit Jenkins. And the Packers are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
To throw again on second down. Hurts. Throw right side complete to Dotson. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll make it third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Hurts to throw. And that's dropped underneath to Mitchell. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. Hurts. Drops this underneath. It's Mitchell. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Got a man open. It's Ross. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Here's 2nd and a yard. Back to throw again. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half, let's do it.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
On play action, it's Brady. This is caught. It's Woods. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another first down there as this one goes for 25. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Jerry Hughes on the stop.
Now a second down and 6.
Here's a give up the middle. It's Gordon. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. It's Williams on the catch.
And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. Now Brady. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw going into the hands of Williams.
Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Well, it's a jet sweep, the football to Woods. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
The kick by Gold is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
So here are the Packers now to take over. They fell last week to the Jets, but they've got the lead right now as they start this drive.
They'll start with a run by Mitchell.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw.
Screen play setting it up for Mitchell.
Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that. That's why they're able to get to him on it.
And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Here's Jackson to return. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Here we go on the next drive for Washington. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead.
Now a handoff to the fullback, Janovich. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll run it up the middle now. Gordon. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Gordon got to be the veteran component of one of the league's best backfields last year in Denver. Even splitting carries, he was just outside the league's top 10 with 918 yards. He also added 8 touchdowns, his 6th straight year with at least that many.
Flush to his right. Gonna let one fly for Robinson.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Man open left side, it's Williams. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
And yes, everyone, that was the fullback carrying the football. I know it's a dying breed, it's a dying position for a lot of people, but I still think it's valuable and important, especially one who can carry the ball.
And you need short yardage. What makes sense? Go to a big body, let him plow forward just like he did there.
It's still a big man's game.
Throwing now is Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
And the Packers have just about sewn up this football game.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
They'll run the screen with Mitchell.
And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Green Bay.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. A few better down a score in the 4th quarter than Tom Brady. This is 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw.
And that's caught by Williams.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw, Brady.
He's got Gordon.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
That throw by Brady incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Brady to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Dante Jackson picks it.
And the Packers have just about sewn up this football game.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee.
Second and 11.
An inside give to Jones. Room here to run. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there. 43 yards on the ground.
Well, obviously.